My name is Bethany Flores, and I am a 7 times CrossFit Games athlete.
Definitely in Texas. Swimming. Should put my bathing suit on.
How you feeling this morning?
I feel good. I didn't sleep at all, but that's all right. It happens. That's usually what happens the week of the competition. So mine starts going a little bit more than normal. But I always counter it now with I've had a lot of good quality sleep all year that I can afford some days that aren't quality, I guess. So in the past, it wasn't like that. It was bad quality of sleep all the time, constantly. Where are we parking? Oh, right here. And then you add on top of that not sleeping well at the games, and it was just a recipe for disaster. So a lot different now. So anyways, feeling good.
How you feeling, sir?
I'm great. I actually slept okay.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't very long,
I'm happy
but
for you.
I mean, it was cold. You had
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I got cold.
plenty of space, no animals, everything you need. Thought it was fine.
Do you like check-in? Is check-in like a fun part of the experience for you, or just more of like a necessity to get done?
It makes you feel like you are somebody because you feel special because you have like your numbers and they kind of cater to you when you're putting on your outfits and trying them on, and then you get like all the goodies that come with it. So it's like you get back to your room and you're like, oh, I have all these goodies. Like, it's really cool. So I think it's a really cool part, and I think they made the experience different every year. So I think they do a good job of just like making you feel special. So I don't mind it. I think of all the things, like I hate the, which we aren't doing this year, thank goodness, because I don't think anybody likes it. Like the dinners and stuff. I think they were trying to like make that very special for us and like doing dinners. But we're all just like tired or antsy. It's like go and sit down and eat dinner at like a fancy restaurant. I think we did that like 1 or 2 years in a row. And so that's not as fun. So I think they've realized that over the years. Like, we don't have fun with that. Like, we're CrossFitters. We're not fancy fine dining restaurant eaters. But I like the check-in part. It's nice.
It's actually more stuff than last year, I think.
What word would you say describes your mindset right now?
So my word that describes my mindset right now is overcomer or overcoming. I think a lot of people for my story are using the word comeback, and I don't don't mind that word, and even I use that word for a little bit, but I don't think that fully describes and embodies what has happened the last couple of years for me. I think the difference is, like, I feel like coming back is coming back the same person. Overcoming, I feel like, is you're going through these trials and you have joy amongst it, and you're not just having this chip on your shoulder, you're not a victim of what's going on, but you're just enjoying the process of overcoming a lot of different things. So for me, it's like eating disorders and headspace and mindsets being really negative, and obviously like my back and just a story with that. So I feel like I'm overcoming, and it's a process. So that is the word that describes and embodies this season, this time. I mean, this one's been like a shorter thought process in the last actually week, but because my word, I always pick like a word for the year, and it was fierce, and it's just like fearing less of just like how much pain I can be in, and like other people, and feeling judged or people pleasing and all that. But I think that also embodies overcoming, because you have to be fierce to overcome. So, and you have to fear less to overcome. So I'm glad that word kind of popped into my mind, and I had that headspace to think about that word in the past week. I feel like in the past I haven't been as confident in myself and like my abilities, and I just want to be really, I know it's kind of cliche to say, but just really proud of where I've come from and what I've had to overcome these last couple of years. And so that is my specific goal throughout the whole weekend, and between each event and on being on the floor is just like really just being proud of what I can do, because it's not to be pessimistic, but I'm being realistic in the sense of I'm still on my way back to where I would love to be. And so there's going to be events where maybe I don't love the outcome of it, and so it's still being proud of like what I've gone through and where I'm going. And it's the story, it's the process, and you have to be able to go with the twists and turns that come. So confidence is everything, and just that's where the word fierce comes in, is like being fierce on the floor. So that is where my headspace is at. Obviously, my ultimate goal is to be on the podium. Is that going to happen this year? We'll see. I think the stars have to align. That's the ultimate goal. But it's like you have to be proud of the process to get there, because once you get that, it's not going to be as fulfilling if you're just tearing yourself down the entire time and not enjoying the process. The ultimate goal this weekend is to just be proud and be confident with what I'm putting on the floor. CrossFit lives here!
So put your head down so like I can barely see.
Seems comfortable.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's it. Stay there, hold that. That's awesome. I love that. You know what, let me do it with yours. Right on top of the, look at that.
Zoom it real close to the face. Just what I need. Good.
Well, this one's good, but this one's just such more.
Yeah, that's fierce.
These are awesome, Bethany.
Gosh.
That's amazing. This one is badass. I love that one. Oh, you're gonna go take some pictures with that? That's cool.
No! Get out of here!
Yo, that's a good that's a quote right there. Clip that, send that to the CrossFit Games.
Go on, what you got? Was it feel right about Texas? Say it again.
I said,
It's too late now.
Yeah, dude, it wasn't
Candy.
natural, man. Okay, hold on, we'll do it again. Does it feel good to have the CrossFit Games in Texas?
Feels right.
Feels very
Boom,
staged.
nailed it. No,
You
that's
just mouth the
Very
words.
staged.
Yeah, but he was filming you, so it doesn't matter. I'm like, put your hand down. I'm like, I was like this. Yeah.
I was like I would forget what I said or something.
I don't know, man. I panicked. I'm not used to this shit. I'm not on this side. Whatever.
Oh my God.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Getting this stuff on camera. I don't know. This is for Bella, really, technically.
Is it wet?
It's wet. Just we're checking that the water is wet. She's not even listening. It's wet. I like her when she likes laughing at my jokes. Cool. Is this a music video? What are you doing?
That should have been you.
Okay, that was it. And then you just go right back into normal? That was it. All right. With the bagels. Got some bagels. Oh, where's the butter?
You should have been there for that.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna pee myself. I held it together. I almost peed my pants.
She would have been
Where
good.
did that come from? He's like, all right, we got to make this 3-minute video real quick. Good thing I tested it out. I mean, I think you could, but yeah, not worth it. Hello. Hi. How are you? Good, how are you? Good. Let me come around here. Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Very
it. I'll
welcome.
give
Thank
you an
you.
elbow bump.
Appreciate you guys. Like I said, good luck if we don't see you again.
Yeah, thank you. What is in this big igloo cooler, you ask? Ground beef and rice. All right. Shout out to Rosie Joe's for feeding probably a lot of the athletes, a lot of the lab management athletes this weekend. Their food is the bomb. They're always at the games, so go try their food out at the vendor village. They have some bomb food. But I just went with the basics because we don't need to get crazy over here. Rice, ground beef. I think the only thing crazy that I got was some sweet potato wedges. Oh yeah. And some chicken. The chicken's actually really good. Anyways, this is what I'm going to be eating all weekend long. Hopefully I have an appetite. There's been some years where I get all this food and then I'm like, I can't eat. But I would say in the most recent years I have been able to eat. So I'm thinking this will all be gone by the end of the weekend between me and Randy.
What?
Thank you, Rosie Joe's, for supplying some food for us.
All right, so check-in was fun. It was good. I think we had a little bit of trouble at the beginning because we couldn't figure out where the actual check-in was, so we were wandering around for like 30 minutes. But we ended up getting there and in the window that we were supposed to, so it was fine. We were greeted by all the amazing volunteers, including Angel, who's in charge of us. She's been in charge of us since I started in 2017. And I'm sure she's been there for many years before, but she's always super sweet. So shout out to Angel and all of the other volunteers that are there every single year. It's like very familiar faces for me at this point, which is kind of comforting that you get to see the same people over and over again. So I'm really grateful for all those people that show up every single year. So the first thing that we did was we walked into a little area that had like flags and patches. And one of the Go Ruck guys was explaining that the patches represent like the events that they've done. They've done over like 10,000 events, so that was just like a very micro piece of how many events they've done. And then all the flags that represented the different countries that are here at the CrossFit Games, which is really cool. As we kind of went around the corner, there was a whole wall of just like all the veterans that have served, which is really cool. And they just had like, we're doing Chad this weekend, so of course they had Chad's picture up, and then Murph was up there, so that was really cool. And then there was actually a wall right next to it where at the end we got to sign, and it was like write your name or sign your name, and then underneath it was like either put a person or a place that means a lot to you that's kind of helped you get to where you're at. And so of course I had to put Randy on there. So that was like a really cool and special moment. So I'm glad that we got to do that, and that Randy got to be there and be a part of that as well. I think like the biggest highlight, of course, of check-in is the fit, getting the outfit on. So that's always fun. Yeah, I really liked the material from all the GoRuck stuff. So they did a really good job with that. And they have like our names, like our last names, like plastered over like the sports bras, which I appreciate because then, people can see it from afar. And shout out to them because I had like some sizing issues, and they got it done basically right in there because I was like one of the first people to get there. So I'm going to keep note to probably do that next year. Get there first. After that, we got to do some like pictures and just some media stuff, which I was grateful for. And then we had a bunch of like, it's just a line of like goodies, and I can't even name all the sponsors that are there, but we got a free ice barrel, grips from Berry Complex, and the best part was the cowboy hat right at the end. So that was fun. It's really sad, but I grew up here. I've never owned a cowboy hat, but I feel like Austin is very like non-Texas-y city, so here we are. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the process. It's always just, you feel special when you get to do something like that because people are catering to you, they know your name, and then you just get like all of these goodies. So it kind of just like represents all the hard work that's been put in throughout the year of just getting your name on your uniform. And yeah, it's kind of like the beginning. It really feels like it's now the beginning of the weekend. So they did a good job. Good job, GoRuck. So next we went actually over to the lake that we're going to be swimming at just to check it out. So I went over there and actually got in the water. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but ended up getting in the water and swimming for a little bit just to kind of like fill it out. And I like lake water more than ocean water, so I was happy with that. It was warm, and I think just growing up around lakes, like it's just more comfortable for me to be in a lake. But it's going to be a long swim, like half a mile is what we're supposedly doing. So it's going to be a long swim. So it's just like taking your time across the water, and it's just one stroke at a time with that. After the swim, we went over to Forge. Shout out to them. Their gym is awesome. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, definitely a gym to check out. They've been open for about 9 years, but in this new location, I think recently in this past year, has AC in it, and they also had a sauna, so I appreciated that. I definitely sat in the sauna for a little bit, but yeah, I just got to move around. Honestly, I'm just like really proud of myself because usually after a travel day for me, it's with my back, it's hard for me to like squat and lift and do that kind of stuff, and I was able to do that. So that's just reminding me that we are overcoming a lot of stuff. We're moving in the right direction and just kind of building some confidence going into the weekend that I'm not the same athlete as I was last year. I've definitely healed a lot, and I'm not the same athlete as I was in the last couple of years competing at the games. So it was a cool balance because, yeah, I think in the past for me, the last, like in 2017, 18, 19, I was pretty much injured going into the games, so I didn't get to experience working out before Madison. And then in 2021 I did, but then got sick and got COVID. So it was cool to just be able to experience this that everybody else gets to and probably takes for granted. I don't know, something silly, but it was what went well for me, like a huge win for me today. And then we got to do some Adidas shoot stuff, so that was cool. Shout out to Adidas because they worked around me, so I really appreciate them just getting the shoot in while me working out. I think, yeah, a lot of people, like CrossFit is just, shoot from the hip for most of it, so You have to be really flexible, whether you are an athlete or on the other side doing the camera stuff or anywhere in between with the sponsor stuff. It's literally go with the flow. So I appreciate Adidas for coming out and doing some stuff with me as I was working out. We are done for the day. It is currently 3 p.m. Hallelujah. I am very tired, but it was an awesome day too. So thank you guys for following along on this journey this week. And tomorrow we have not a whole lot. The only thing that I have planned so far is a media day, which is going to be with Texas people. So everyone from Texas, which is me, Ariel Lowen, and then I think Abigail too. I'm not sure if anybody else is coming, but it's with like the local news and CrossFit, and I think like the CEO is going to be there. So it's a really special thing. I'm grateful to be able to do that, and hopefully we can capture some behind the scenes of that tomorrow. But that is the only thing that I have planned tomorrow. I'm not working out because the next day is the start of the competition. So I think it's just going to be about relaxing, getting my head in a good place, my body feeling good, and ready to rumble for Thursday. So thank you guys for watching. Check y'all tomorrow.